now proudly presented on SNME. That's Sunday night's main event, Patreon and free feed.
Yo, we just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the four ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy George Mackay here live. Battle Arts Beaverton. I never thought I would ever say those words. Both of us being here from the big cities and stuff like that. But guys, look who's back. The reigning, defending Beaverton Battle Arts champion. The one and only big man himself, Karou. Dude, the last time you and I sat down together was in my basement. No, it's not as creepy as it sounds.
No, it is as creepy as it sounds.
It is not as creepy as it sounds. That's where the Straight Talk Studios is.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because you had some weird things there, buddy.
I have my toys. Not those kind of toys. All right, see what he fucking did. See what he fucking did. All right, anyways, not those kind of toys. My action figures, my collectibles. Fucking guy, making everybody so like afraid and weird. All right, get in a little closer though, because you're cut off at the side of the screen. There we go. All right, it's all okay. So first thing we got to talk about is ROH.
Yeah.
You were on ROH when they were here in Toronto. You got to do a lot of exciting things. What was that whole experience like? Because now that AEW Dark and Elevation is gone, we're not getting that chance to see a lot of the indie talent anymore, which is unfortunate because I thought that was the one thing that AEW was doing correctly, giving all these indie talents a spotlight, and now not so much. So what's your thought process on that?
It was good, honestly. And then, like, I understand AEW Dark was a good platform, but I feel like ROH now, the way they're trying to push it, is like even a bigger platform that they're creating. So at least, being put on that is, I feel like, kind of better because now you're actually being seen by everybody else instead of going on YouTube trying to look for the link, for Dark. But my experience though was it was fun. It was exciting. Just because being raised in the city and growing up here, you go to the ACC to watch everything. From the Raptors playing the Leafs and then watching WWE coming through. So just being in that building and being able to wrestle in that building was like a childhood dream. So it felt great. I still think about it till this day, which is pretty funny. But it's nice. I feel like I would sorry. It will happen one day. I can get more opportunities to wrestle on that.
100%. I believe you have a great character, and I love that the last time we spoke, we touched on all that, the origin of the characters, paying homage to your home country and all that kind of stuff, and all the turbulence at the time when we spoke of what was going on over there, which is still going on, but I guess a lot of people probably aren't, it's not so much in the media or in the news, people aren't really talking about it.
And honestly, what bugs me a lot is like it would never be on the news, it would never be shown, unless you know someone from the country that's willing to tell you what's going on. But sadly, for the Western media, it's not important. We're not important.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Everyone should be important. Like the news should be just relaying information, not relaying information that removes parts of it that doesn't empower the citizens.
Yeah.
That's a quote from Tom McDonald right there, guys. I do keep up on my hip-hop.
Not taken away from everything that is happening. I'm glad that there is, a spotlight on what's happening, that where everybody's actually being vocal and trying to stop. It's just sad that there is a lot of things that are happening in different countries that sadly the Western media doesn't really care about it. I come from one of those countries, so.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk on a brighter note and everything like that. You've had a great career so far, and it's far from over. I don't say great career like you're going to hang it up tomorrow. You've had a great career, and I love everything about what you're doing and the fact that you helmed the Battle Arts Mississauga Championship, and now you're helming the Beaverton Championship. It's always good to come home again. You've been booked elsewhere. You've had a great run at Destiny when you were booked there. You've had a great run at other promotions when you were booked there. You're just getting more exposure for yourself. Do you find that post-COVID, because pre-COVID you were running pretty solid, do you find post-COVID it's been a struggle for promoters to, I guess, give your character a chance?
Sorry to cut you off. Yeah,
No.
But 100%. Yeah, that's like, I tell a lot of people, before COVID, it was like, I was getting out there more, getting more messages, showing up more. And then once COVID happened, it feels like I have to start all over again, which is okay. I like it. It's very humbling to actually start from the ground up because I feel like now I'm at more of an advantage because I already got that feeling once. It's starting to happen again, which I'm very thankful for. And knowing where I am now and my skill level now, it is actually more of a blessing than a curse. So I'm very thankful that actually it happened because I get to figure out more of myself, and as I'm basically still new, which I'm happy about, like it still opens more doors because nobody still knows about me. So like it gives me a little bit of a lean way into certain things.
Right.
They've never seen me wrestle. I can at least perform. Once they see me wrestle, they're like, okay.
So what's, I mean, 2023 is coming to an end. When this drops, it'll be literally a week or two before Christmas. So when 2024 begins, and it's literally around the corner now, 2023 went by ridiculously fast.
Way too fast.
Way too fast. But as you find yourself, I guess, coming back in, and like you said, starting from scratch, has it given you an opportunity this year to retool the Beast from the East character? Has it given you an opportunity to add layers to it, maybe take layers that weren't working away? And as we move on into 2024, how do you plan to level up Karou?
By changing them up a little bit.
So you do have plans to retool?
Yeah, every character needs a change. You know, you had Undertaker, and then you had the badass Undertaker, not even badass. You had the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker to the badass Undertaker to back to regular Undertaker to a different Undertaker. You know, you had Mankind to Mick Foley to Cactus Jack to Dude Love, and like you have Shawn Michaels when he was the Pretty Boy Shawn to DX Shawn. So every character, especially with The Rock, Rocky Maivia, as I'm trying to say, I'm going to stop rambling on, is every character deserves an evolution. So every character deserves change. Every character needs change. And yeah, there's every layer to an onion. When you continue peeling that layer off, you keep finding something new. And I feel like Karou needs to be rebranded a little bit differently.
Interesting. So what, like, I mean, not asking you to give too much away of what you're brainstorming, but what is the next layer for Karou? What is that evolutionary point that you're going to take Karou from where he is now and move him into this new direction? Like, is it going to be just a debuting of a new side of Karou that we haven't seen? Or is it going to be a whole taking Karou away for a couple weeks and all of a sudden Karou comes back and he is whatever form you want to bring him into next? Like, I mean, let's quote anime for a second here. You're going to go Super Saiyan on these motherfuckers. How do you plan to do it?
I plan to do it different. I plan to do it where it's either I take Karou away for a little bit and do something else, or I just revamp Karou because I'm trying to become. I'm trying to show more of myself. I'm not trying to be no talking. Rah, 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 rah. I want to be able to be vocal and show what I got.
You're absolutely hilarious. Like you and I, we've always had that, I guess, kinship and friendship from the first day that we met, and we've always been humble towards each other. And as I see your success growing, you know, you see the grind and the hustle that Straight Talk has put in. Over 300 conversations now. When we talked, I was at 20, 30. Now almost 300. Like that's ridiculous, the amount of people that I've spoken to. And to sit back with you, you know, 3-4 years later, to see where we are both now, it's incredible.
It is.
And as you move forward now and you build this Beaverton brand over here that we got, which is an exciting promotion. It's fun. It's always packed. Who would have thought? But in a small town, there's really not a whole lot to do. There's surprisingly enough a shit ton of dentists over here, though. I wonder why. A lot of people here don't have. I'm going to get off kilter here. I'm going to my commentary side of stuff. I don't want to get canceled. But when you look at building up Mississauga as being the inaugural champion there, and then building up Beaverton as being the inaugural champion here, pretty much, how does it stem from you to be the flag bearer for both of these promotions? When Battle Arts Pro in Mississauga was starting to now Battle Arts Beaverton starting up, you being that crown jewel, you being that locker room leader, you being that centerpiece, does it weigh a lot on these shoulders, or does it just humble you even more to know that this Battle Arts is always saying Karou is that top star that we see him as?
No, it's not. It's not no heavy weight on my shoulders, to be honest with you. It's yes, it is humbling. I do love it because this is where I actually started everything. I was never a wrestler. Obviously, I was once a football player that came into wrestling. So Battle Arts taught me everything that I really need to know about pro wrestling and wrestling itself. So being able to be the face of Battle Arts, it's humbling. I love it because I already know when people think about Battle Arts. Obviously, I feel like majority of the time my name is probably brought up, you know, or people put my face to that name, which is nice. And I feel like it's just been over the years of grinding, and I'm thankful for that respect. And it is easy when everybody else respects you in the back, when everybody else that comes through this program respects you as well. So like it's nice, and I always just keep it 100 and never be fake, I guess. Always be who you are, and people are just gonna respect you for who you are. So I'm thankful for Battle Arts for always being able to give me the rock and run with it, per se.
I like that. Give you the rock and run with it. I think that's the best way to put it, is to give you the rock and run with it. Now, Karou has been pretty much all over Ontario. You've wrestled here, you've wrestled there. I'm not sure if you branched off into other provinces, but if you have, great. If you haven't, are you planning to? And are you also planning to take Karou stateside where there are a lot more eyes on the product?
That's where I need to go. I need to go to America. I need to do this. I know, like, that's where it's at, man. And unfortunately, like, it's very hard for Canadians, and I hear a lot of stories.
The red tape is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it gets me. I get nervous, man. I'm not gonna lie. I get scared. Like, I'm 32, so if I get banned, that's it. You know, not really. It's not really that's it, but that's a dent into the career. You know what I'm saying? That's a big pause. So it's like I'm down to risk it for the biscuit. I just gotta be smart when I do it. So like my goal is to go to America. I just gotta talk to a few people.
Well, you could just, you know, I mean, not to give anything away. I hope no border officers are watching this, but you can always say you're going on vacation, and then when you happen to go on a vacation to a place, hey, you start hitting up promotions, right?
Yeah.
As long as you,
I've thought about that actually.
you know, listen, where are you going? I'm going to Atlanta for a family. I got family in Atlanta. I'm going to go see them. Cool. You go to Atlanta, boom. You're hitting up Cody Rhodes Brochure. You're swinging by the Nightmare Factory. You're doing all these things, right? So, I mean, the world is your oyster if you choose to allow it to make your oyster. But like you said, you're 32, a lot of time on your hands, but also it's that crossroads. It's that fork in the road situation. Do you go left or do you stay on the path right? Or do you, like Jay-Z said, do you just make your own pathway and go straight?
That's what I gotta do. Make my own pathway and literally just go straight. And America, I'll see you soon. Believe me.
I like that. So
I'll see you soon.
2024, we're going to go stateside.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Now, in terms of you know, your career and the matches that you've had, you know, every wrestler is their own worst critic. Would you agree or disagree with that statement?
No, I agree.
So when you look at the battles that Karou's had, like the first time I saw you was at Junction City Wrestling. Great character. You were actually, I think it was a hair versus mask match that you had over at the Junction.
Oh, and it was against Buck.
Oh, I think it was, yeah, I guess. But, yeah, and you were. I was just like, man, I love this guy. And then I saw you again at another Junction City Wrestling as a battle at the brewery. And my daughter, the mini host, she absolutely fell in love with you, and she was the one like, Dad, I want him to be one. And you were one of her first conversations. You were conversation number 2, and she's had over 300 because it was Bianca first, it was you, then it was Joe Mack, and then it was, oh my God, I can't. It's slipping my mind, but those were her. You guys were her first 4 of that day that we had gone to Battle Arts. And to see her progression, it's incredible. But she was hooked with your character right away. She loved everything about it. She loved the strength, but she also liked the sincerity. Because Karou was a character that we didn't know a whole lot about. He would come in, kick ass, and then leave. But then when I meet you outside, you're like one of the nicest people in the fucking world, and you've always stayed that way, and I appreciated you because you always gave Straight Talk the time. You always shared our stuff. You always helped promote, and we appreciated that to no end. And same thing with you. Every time I see you doing something, I'll give it a shout out because it deserves to be seen. But in terms of good or bad matches, like I said, everyone's their own toughest critic to circle back. What would you say was one of Karou's crown jewels in terms of matches? And maybe it's the ROH match, maybe it's not, I'm not sure. But what would you say was your favorite match that you've had in your career thus far? And what would you say is one that, if you had a chance to redo, not saying it was the worst, but if you had a chance to redo it again from scratch before people saw it, what match would that be?
Damn, okay, there's one match where like I really feel bad. I still feel bad till this day. I'm just thankful not a lot of people don't know about this match.
Well, they might now.
Yeah, which is okay. But if that's always one match that I really think about a lot, was when I faced Timothy Thatcher. Yeah, at Battle Arts. I feel bad. I couldn't even look into his eyes after that match. I really felt like I fumbled the ball there that day, and yeah, that's actually really one match I really wish I can get back and redo again, and hopefully, there's an opportunity where I can get that match again.
100%. Timothy Thatcher is still going strong in the Indies. Any promotions out there, that's a match you want to book. That's a money match.
I actually seen a picture of him and Yuki Ishikawa so I'm guessing he's in Japan right now.
Yeah, he's in Japan right now doing his thing.
That's dope.
So, you know what? I mean, there's always a chance for a do-over. But, so that being the match that you'd like to revamp and redo and not fumble the ball, as you said, what is one match that you look back with pride? One match where you feel like this is where Karou really leveled up his game.
So there's 2 matches.
Okay. 2 was great. 2 was perfect.
First, it is recent.
Okay.
I like my more recent stuff because I feel like more recently I'm starting to understand more. Like I'm not like before. Like I like my matches before, but then like there's a lot of mistakes I was making. Where like now like I'm not making those same mistakes. Not every match is perfect, but obviously you're gonna have some matches you do like, and one of them is with John Gonzalez at Greektown, and then the other one was Cadman at Junction City.
Cadman at Junction City.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, those two. The John Gonzalez one. I know which one you're talking about because I watched that actually on Fight Plus, which was a fantastic match. You're right, it was good. It was definitely level of. And look at that, you and John Gonzalez to where both of you guys started character wise. Now him leaning into the Salsa King character, used to running wild with the Karou character.
You know how disappointed I was actually because I came out second. I really wanted to come out first. All right, it's because okay, guys, if you guys want to hear a great reaction, go to Greektown and wait till Salsa King comes out. Because when Salsa King comes out, that's a reaction you want to live in. And I really want to live in that moment.
Right.
Like, whatever. That sounds selfish. That sounds selfish. But, hey, he gets a crazy-ass pop. So his pop
Well, because he's grinding, he's moving, he's got those hips on all cylinders,
and they go
man.
Crazy for him.
Yes.
Oh, the first time when I seen it, and I was just standing in the ring, and I'm just like, wow, Salsa King, amazing. This is great. And we spoke about it after. And then the day of the show, when we're facing each other, I'm like, great, I'm going to go out first. They said, no, Karou, John's going to go out first. I said, why?
So Harpo, why? What's up with that, man?
Like, whatever, it's still good, obviously, because I got a great reaction coming out second. But, man, John Gonzalez, man, like, fuck. He has a really great character. I'm so happy he did Salsa King because he's Colombian. I don't know if Colombian salsa a lot, but, man,
it's that Spanish vibe, man.
Exactly.
It's that Spanish vibe.
I love
you got to live in it. John is a great guy, and he's humble as hell.
We have great chemistry, and that helps a lot. Especially with Cadman, we have great chemistry, which helps a lot. Like, a match, I was on an ultimate high. We just kept messaging each other the whole time, just like thanking each other of how great and easy that match was. And it's nice because it was Cadman's match, and then after Cadman's match, oh man, you know what match I really liked too? The match with not Big Bill. That was the Big Bill's ROH. Big Time.
Bill Collier.
Yes.
Big time Bill Collier.
Yes.
Yeah.
That match was so nice, man.
Yeah.
That match was lit.
Bill
that match
is
too, bro. That match was actually up there. I gotta stop because I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, honestly, man, I like my matches this year compared to any other year. So like.
So you feel like now in your 32nd year of life, your 32nd trip around the sun, we shall say, and 2023 was your best year in pro wrestling. This is where you feel like you've really understood who you are and what you can do in that squared circle?
I wouldn't say best year because inshallah there's going to be many more good, great years. But I would say this was the year I was able to, get to slowly understand the game even more.
So you think your storytelling has improved? You think your emotional range with the audience, your connection ability with the audience?
Not as a babyface. Babyface, I'm still working on that. But as a heel, yes.
You get heat. You do get heat.
Great heat.
You do get great heat.
And it's one of these ones. It's like this, oh, man, what are you saying? You good, George? Because you know I was going to leave you hanging. You knew it. And that's how the heat comes.
I'm not gonna let you do that, man. I could honestly see you when they do put a mic in your hands. I could see you being the type of heel where it's like, what's going on, ladies? It's Karou the Love Machine. I just want to say that even though Beaverton has a lot of dentures here, I'd be willing to give all of you a chance. And that's where you can get that organic heat. It's like, listen, I know you're used to banging your cousin, but give Karou a little love.
Yeah, you know? Back home, we're used to the second cousins.
All right. So before we wrap it up, two more questions. I'm going to go let you prepare for your match ahead of time. But in terms of places that you want to hit on your bucket list, we've talked about the States. We've talked about maybe branching across Canada a little bit more. What about going international? What about going to Europe, UK, all those places? Because the UK has a phenomenal wrestling scene.
They do. I want to go to Europe. Especially, I want to get more. So my goal, and I'm thankful like it's slowly happening, is I'm trying to build my Kurdish fan base. You know, I'm trying to build a fan base back home in Kurdistan. I'm trying to create a fan base of basically Kurds all over the world. Because why not? You know, I'm a Kurd. I'm representing.
I'm an honorary Kurd. I'm like an honorary Oos. I'm an honorary Kurd.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's like that's my goal, and it's slowly happening. So Europe has a great Kurdish community. So like Sweden has a lot of Kurds, the UK has a lot of Kurds, where else? Germany has a lot of Kurds. So they're all spread out, especially Finland has a lot of Kurds. So
I was going to say, because Finland is one of the closer European territories to Kurdistan, right? Like it's one of those places where you can go relatively easy.
Exactly.
It's like when Cuba came to Miami, when they were looking for what's that word they use? sanctuary when they're looking for sanctuary to try to get away from everything that's going on over there. So Finland is one of the closer places where they can get to relatively safely and easily.
Yeah.
So that's great. So that's huge, man. I mean, Finland? Who would want to wrestle in Finland?
My cousin lives in Finland.
See what I'm saying? You've already got it in. You got it in.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing. I want to go there. I also want to go to Japan.
No, I think you would kill it in Japan.
Yeah, I feel like it too.
I feel like you're like Bruiser Brody 2.0, but with more swag. You got the swag.
I got the swag, but you know who said it? I remind him of Bruiser Brody.
Who's that?
I always forget his name, man. Which is so. I'm sorry, man. When it comes to names, I'm the worst.
You always remember my name, though.
Of course. But you should have seen how long it took me to remember your name.
That's wow. It's a great moment for me, ladies and gentlemen, to find out somebody you respect for so many years took you forever to remember your name. I feel loved right now. You guys, even though I'm smiling, inside I'm crying a little bit. I'm hurting.
To be fair, I didn't know my dad's name until I was like 14.
Wow. Okay, now I don't feel so bad.
Yeah,
I don't feel so bad.
I just kept calling him Dad, and every time they said his real name, I didn't know who he was.
Yeah. Karou, go get your father.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. And it's like, Karou, your grandmother's like, okay, who the fuck is that? That's your father, man. That's the guy that, if he didn't do,
That's true.
Yeah,
I just, I'm bad with names. But he's Spanish. He's Puerto Rican too. Suave. No. This is bad, man.
Carlito?
Not Carlito.
Savio Vega?
Savio Vega. Legend. And I forgot his name. Please cut this out.
No.
The Savio Vega part.
You know what I'm going to do when you say Puerto Rican? I'm going to edit in the Puerto Rican flag and I'm going to add a picture of Savio going like this. And then when I'll say Savio Vega, we're going to ding, 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 ding. I'm basic moment. I love it. So Savio Vega told you that you remind him of Bruiser Brody. Wow.
So I got to pick him up, all thanks to the Chinese Decker. He asked me if I can pick him up and bring him to the hotel. So I said, no worries. So I picked him up, and I just gave him my YouTube channel. He was watching film, and he goes, "You remind me of Bruiser Brody." And I got so excited.
That's a big compliment, man. Savio Vega is one of those underrated talents that I feel should be a Hall of Fame
100%,
conversation.
yeah.
Savio Vega really did have some great matches in the night, and Savio Vega was in the mix when WWE was changing, and he was in the mix of a lot. Like, people don't remember that feud he had with Stone Cold. That shit was fucking fire
lit.
back in the day.
But you want to know what my smart self did? I forgot about that match. Yeah. So on that point, never forget certain things, folks. That's horrible, man. I'm the worst.
100%. But we still love you, bro.
Thank you.
We still love you. All right. And my final question, though, before we wrap this up. When you look at leveling up, as I like to call it, I steal that from Holden Albright. I stole it from Holden Albright all the time. We talk about those level up moments. Great guy. And he's had a rough couple of years, but he's a great guy. And, hope one day maybe we'll get him back on Straight Talk soon for another conversation. But when it comes down to level up moments for yourself, even in career or in life, in your personal life, outside of the wrestling ring, what would you say is one moment where you look back and you feel like as a human being, you evolved, either within the squared circle or outside of the squared circle? I know that may be a hard question, but I feel like you would have a great answer for that.
That is a hard question.
Well, I always ask the hard questions here on Straight Talk, guys. I never hold back.
Yeah.
Was it when you had that amazing fish and chips in Beaverton, which smelled fantastic? And even though I'm trying to
fish
say,
and chips, that was nasty. I'm never buying that again.
Okay, wow.
Those are chicken tenders. I highly don't recommend.
You don't go to a fish restaurant and get chicken tenders, man.
Yo, man, honestly, it was either that or fish and chips, and I was not really wanting fish and chips.
You didn't want the haddock.
No, I didn't want that headache.
Okay, so back to the question, though. A moment where you feel like you leveled up either inside or outside the squared circle, as a performer or as a human being.
Honestly, when I feel like when I was able to get my name back home a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
When
That was good. I was getting on
the down and true Kurds were looking at you and being like, yo, man, this is somebody we can get behind. This is somebody we can idolize.
Exactly.
This is someone who could be our superhero.
Yes. So I guess then that actually gave me more motivation to not give up, because it's like I'm starting to get attraction back home. And that's what I've always wanted.
So you know what we need to do? That we need to start pushing for someone back home to be brave enough to host a wrestling event and have you go over there and wrestle in that main event. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? 20,000 of your hometown.
It would probably be more than that. to be
Probably.
honest with you,
Well,
but
let's say 60. Imagine wrestling in front of 60,000 people in Kyrgyzstan. How incredible would that be? I see you getting a little bit. I see you getting welling up right
I
now.
would actually cry. Obviously, well, like I was never born back home, but just for what my parents had to go through and my family, especially back home. So like, yeah, like that, because
If you guys want to find out about that, go back through the archives of Straight Talk, listen to the first conversation because we talked openly and honestly about all that. And I learned a lot about this man's incredible journey and his family. And I said it then and I'll say it now. Mama Karou, Dad Karou, two of the toughest people that I've ever met. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting them yet, but when I do meet them, I'd give that lady a hug for what she had to endure to give this man and his family a better opportunity. Incredible. That's what you want to talk about, a strong female. That right there, she is.
Yo, that is true. And that's why I talk about my mom a lot. If people that are close to me know why I talk about my mom, because yeah, she's a very strong woman. Like,
She's an incredible person.
I bought her. It was her birthday yesterday.
How old she turning? 29 forever, right? We have to be careful.
100%.
29 forever.
100%.
Mama Cruz 29. Even though he's 32, don't ask how that mathematically happened.
It
29
just
forever.
happened.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Immaculate conception.
Yeah. I bought her some flowers. She was so happy.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
It took me like 30 minutes to buy flowers. I don't know how people do it.
It took you 30 minutes to buy flowers?
Yeah, 30
Does your mom have a favorite flower?
Yo, okay, this is sad. So no, people that are Kurdish can back me up on this.
Okay.
My parents, honestly, they've been through so much that they don't even have a favorite dish. Well, they have a favorite dish. A lot of it is dolma. If you want to know what dolma is, go Google it.
Actually, I think go through the archives. We talked a lot about Dolma in the first conversation.
that's good.
We did.
But like, yeah, like your favorite color, they don't usually have favorite colors. Like, they don't.
Well,
have
but
a
from
favorite
what they
thing, like-
endured as a people, sometimes it was impossible to have a favorite because you were just trying to make it to
Exactly.
tomorrow.
Literally.
So having what we take for granted, saying I have a favorite color, I have a favorite movie, I have a favorite song, they were just like, I'm thankful I woke up this morning. So you know what, I can see that and understand it. But now that she's been kind of conformed to North American lifestyles, does she have anything favorite? Does you like if it took you 30 minutes to buy flowers, what did you settle on that made her smile?
I bought her, those 20 roses gimmicks?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I bought her those. I
Say
think those
red
are-
roses?
No, white roses.
White rose done.
They look beautiful. The white roses compared to the red look like they're dying. So
You know
it's
what?
just
You
like
know what's a hot color of rose? And I get it for my wife when I do buy her flowers. She says I don't buy her flowers enough, so I got to work on that in 2024.
I agree with you. He doesn't.
Oh,
should
there you
tell
go.
him,
There you go.
Buy more flowers.
Buy more flowers because it's a Wednesday.
Exactly.
Right? When I do buy her flowers, I always go for the purple roses. She loves purple
That's
roses.
nice.
I go for the purple because I mean, red is for us. Red is I married her because she's a redhead. I love me and my redheads. Redheads is my weakness. Little Mermaid was my jam back in the day.
I like that blue stuff, No, I'm just joking. I'm just playing with you guys.
All right, we're going to get out of here because this conversation got off kilter. But as Karou tries to remember what his mom's favorite flowers are going forward, and he's still working on his dad's name, peace, love, and wrestling, guys. We'll see you next week. And don't forget to follow this man. All his social links will be in the bio below. And this is a journey that you're going to want to keep up on because he's an amazing star, and I'm honored to call him a friend and a brother. And I'm a Kurd since day one. Well, since day one that we met. Not like I wasn't.
That's no. Since day one, he was born there. Trust me.
It's true. It's factual.
Just say salam.
Salam.
Boom. There we go.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified each time we post a video. Alternatively, you can check us out on all podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. We are also available on the SNME network. That's the Sunday Night Main Event Patreon. Please feel free to check us out there as well. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at _Straight Talk on Twitter, at Straight Talk Wrestling on Instagram, Straight Talk Wrestling on Facebook, Straight Talk Wrestling on TikTok, and of course, you can check out all our merch at ProWrestlingTees.com.
I don't need a nigga.